what's up?
It's the motherfucking last day of '09.
Thank God.
And we's the film pigs, and we just saw a movie. What'd we see, Todd?
Avatar! It's blue.
We can probably take off our 3D glasses.
Did they let you keep them, or did you steal them?
These are the who fucking cares? So Avatar. Oh my God, I hesitate to ask, but Skeleton, you want to describe what Avatar was about?
It was about 1/3 ripoff of Dances with Wolves and random Native American folklore. 1/3 ripoff of hacky New Age bullshit, and 1/3 blue.
I'm basically, for me, the benchmark of this movie is any movie where Giovanni Ribisi is the best part of the picture.
I was bored. Most of the time I was bored. Some of the, effect shots were cool. For the most part, though, it was dull. And I also felt like I don't need to watch Jim Cameron grapple with his rich white man's guilt for 3 hours. A lot of people that I talked to before I saw this movie kept saying, well, yeah, it isn't very good, but you gotta see it. I mean, you have to see it for the effects. And for me, ultimately, the 3D... I've seen the 3D movies that have been coming out for the last year and a half. It didn't look any better than those.
Yeah.
And yeah, the motion capture, I guess, is better than any motion capture that's come before it, but it's still fucking motion capture, and it's boring because it doesn't look real.
If the movie had been 45 minutes long, then yeah, it would have been fun. But
it was a good video game.
Yeah, if they had just set up the ending battle sequence in 10 minutes and then gotten into that, it was like a 40-minute.
But for like almost 3 hours, it's almost 3 hours.
I mean, the problem is it's a terrible waste because James Cameron is not a good storyteller. He's a good image maker. He makes some interesting images, but the story is just, it's not good. It's hacky. It's really kind of racist. Very,
but like
very
really lazy racist.
Lazy racist, very, very cheesy. Like uber cheesy. Like plugging their fucking their ponytail penises
ponytail
into
braids,
their horses. And into the trees. It's the Noble Savage story, and it's just really old and really lame. And
well, it's just a really like boring, cliched sci-fi, nature culture. He brings nothing new to the genre.
Yeah.
In fact, he brings nothing but everything old to the genre.
Yeah, we speak to the nature, and that was supposed to be kind of like mind-blowing and awesome.
And man is bad because they have machines and they're all irredeemably evil and two-dimensional.
We like mining.
Yeah.
Oh, but
you
know what? I think you guys are way off base. Because as far as the sci-fi themes, they blew my mind. The idea that corporations are evil.
What? I didn't get that.
And then the military is controlled by evil corporations.
What?
And my eyes opened and my glasses came off and I was seeing the 3D without the fucking glasses. I know the truth now. Thank you, Jim.
About motion capture, I just think there's something about the brain that likes looking at real people. Like we are attracted to things that are real, and
like porn.
Yeah. Right, and so fancy cartoons, they leave you cold, and I'm not sure even in the hands of a decent storyteller this would have been a whole lot better.
Well, it's like the cartoons are so disconnected from actual humans, even though the facial animation I thought was really well done.
Sure.
Like the subtleties are actually coming across way better than previous all digital characters, but even so, most of the movie was just the cartoons with no actual humans, and you're like, who cares? District 9 did a much better job.
Yeah, I thought of that
CG
movie actually.
/ puppety aliens with humans and making those aliens feel real and like they had actual emotions and you cared about them, even though they were ugly bugs.
I kept thinking about that movie. It's true.
The sexy blue people I didn't give a shit about.
No,
but the ugly bugs I liked.
And honestly, James Cameron said something in an interview about, well, if we wanted to just make them not blue, if we wanted to make them real people, we could have made them perfect, but it's not fucking true. They look like it's good, but they look like fucking cartoons.
And in the end, you cannot capture a human, making a cartoon of a human. For one, what the fuck is the point of that? Two, you're absolutely right. It's not true. They have to be giant, tall, blue Smurfs, or you're gonna be completely taken out of it.
And there's this, I kept thinking about like Titanic and aliens and stuff. Like there's this James Cameron fakeness. There's this weird fakeness. It doesn't matter if it's, I mean, Titanic was a very sort of realistic visual palette, you know, it was just on a big level, and this is completely opposite. And there's exact same kind of stench of phoniness. Because he's just it's like reading a bad short story. It's just bad.
Well, but because it's all a fact and no story. There's no
subtlety whatsoever.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to make it 3 hours is
that was taxing.
An act of
cruelty,
megalomaniac. I guess I was more into the first 30 minutes than the rest of the movie, but I still the setup stuff, while you know the 3D was visually interesting, like you say, for the first few minutes. After a while, as soon as it got into the actual story, I mean, there was one point, I can't remember exactly what it was, but pretty much as soon as you first start learning about the Navis or whatever they're called and their mythology, and they start training him in their ways. Like, I think the very first scene of that, I looked at you and went, I can't believe how dumb this is.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, well, because it was so boring, and it was like the generic, let's train you to be a warrior nonsense. You're like, really? How many times has that been? How many times has that been done?
And it's usually done with actual Native Americans and actual people, and like to make him like learn this nonsense. Oh, and the other moment I loved. Oh, here's the moment I loved is when he first learns to fly the fucking dragon, and then they have this cutaway shot of him and the girl talking like 8-year-old boys about. And then I banked it. I banked it,
and then I banked the other way.
Wasn't that cool? Yeah. Let's have 2 cartoons talking about what they were just doing.
But let's talk real quick. What bad trend in movies would you like to see Hollywood leave in 2009? This is off the top of our head, so if anyone can think of anything, go.
Origin stories. I think
you said that last year.
Yeah.
You said origin stories, you said robots.
I did say robots.
And I probably said slow motion action.
Yeah.
Unless it's zombies, then I'm good.
I honestly, for me, right now, what it is 3D.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. I don't ever, after Avatar, I don't ever want to see another 3D movie again for the rest of my life.
It's just dumb, and I don't want to wear these fucking. I put my hood up, and I did it really tight so I couldn't see peripheral because it would just fucking annoy me the whole movie.
Yeah, it's 3D. Kill it.
Death to 3D. 3D is crap.
Ow!
Oh, now he can only see in 3D.
Oh, now you're going to be an avatar. Let's get you plugged in.
Yeah.
Immediately.
We'll get your eye back.
Oh, man. I hope a bunch of seed pods land on me and I get chosen.
That's a New Year's resolution. For 2010, I want seed pods to choose me.
I was sad in that movie because like he was constantly chosen for things and I never get chosen.
And we have a big Film Pigs announcement for 2010.
Oh, we do?
No, we don't. I just like for a second, people were like, "Oh my God, really? Did they finally get out of their cars?"
We made one last year that we were going to get out of the car, and that never happened.
No.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. We said we're going to have an all new
format, it was going to be.
We did.
And then we realized we're old and tired and don't want to put forth the effort. So that's a thumbs up on Avatar.
Yeah. Great work, Avatar.
Happy New Year, motherfuckers.
Thank you, 2009, for everything!